Hey everybody, this is Nightwalk here. Just chilling, relaxing. Still gotta work tonight, fortunately. Gotta make the money. Just wanted to talk about a little bit of E3. Everybody else just so I feel why now not, So, what I saw of EA's, you know, conference, I only got to catch a little bit, of doing stuff with family, cleaning up the house and stuff, stuff like that. Is I really like what they showed of Mass Effect. Mass Effect Andromeda. It looked fantastic. I love the new look of it, and that it's in a different galaxy. It's not the Milky Way anymore. And, we're out there exploring. It's like, yes. This is definitely what Mass Effect needed. It needed a major remodeling, because the arc of the Reapers and all, that was good, Fortunately, I didn't like the ending of Mass Effect 3, but I wasn't one that's like, they spent all this money making the game. I'm not going to rant about the ending. It's like, was I mad about the ending? Not really. But at the same note, I wish that it was better. And when they fixed it, I was so happy. I was happy playing all of the DLC they had for Mass Effect 3. There's that final chapter. It's always been a franchise gets to end of one point of a chapter. And now, hopefully, they can bring a new trilogy with this new galaxy. What's going to be the threat to bring all these people together? What's going to be, that thing, And I think that's what a lot of people are going to have to ask themselves is, what is it going to, who's the big bad? Because through the first 3 games, it's always about the Reapers. And then you get to number 3, it's the Catalyst. And we're like, what the hell is the Catalyst? So, that looked pretty exciting. And the soccer one, that looked pretty cool. Of playing this character through the soccer and becoming bigger and famous. That looked pretty cool. I gotta say that they hit it right on the nail with that. That looked good. I'm not one that plays a lot of sports games, but it got my interest. I can say that it really did catch my interest. Let's see. I saw a little bit of the Star Wars stuff. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars Battlefront. To me, if it doesn't have a story, I don't play it. I don't really play multiplayer that much. If I do, I only play like maybe 2 or 3 matches and I'm done. I'm more of a person, I like games that have stories. Give me a story to follow and stuff. And if you can, like how Watch Dogs has the story you can play, and you can continue on doing the missions and stuff. That's going to be how Watch Dogs 2 is going to be, where you can team up with people and stuff. I heard that's going to be really cool to play. Just like Destiny. Destiny has a story, but it's real faded. It's more about the multiplayer, aspect. I can say I put a good amount of time into that one. I think I put at least 100 hours into it when it first came out, playing it nonstop. I was like everybody else. I was trying to get the best gear possible, the best weapons and all that. And it's like, and I liked when they were, I did the story missions. But when it's like, if this guy ended right there and I play through rest of the expansions, I'm like, God, you're really not tying anything into the beginning of the story when you first hit. It's just kind of this. Okay, there you're gonna do this. Kill the warlocks and stuff. Take down the fallen, the House of the Fallen. That's pretty much all it was. It's like, when I heard that, it's like, and when the Taken King came out, like, I'm not that interested. I'm not wanting to spend a good $60 just to get, the Taken King. It's like, no, it's like, I already had the other expansions, and I got the game. And it's like, at the time when they were doing that, they didn't have $40 for that. For me, I'm going to wait until it drops a little more before I even attempt to get it, or even if I think about getting it. Like, the next big game I am looking forward to is, I got Star Ocean 5 coming. And just in a couple, like, I think 2 weeks maybe, like on the 28th. So, that's not that far away. And it's the collector's edition. I'm going to unbox it for you guys. I'm going to do a big thing about it. And when Final Fantasy 15 hits, I'm going to do a video before I get it. Just going into detail what I think about everything. I'm going to actually wait to see the movie one that's going to be with it, and watch the animated series until I get it. And then I probably won't play the game right away. I'll probably watch the anime first, and then watch the CG movie, and then play the game. And that's just what I'm going to do. It's like, I love getting these. I've been building my collector's editions up little by little. I used to have tons of collector's editions, but then my stepfather, sold them, or somebody stole them out of my house, or opened. I had the collector's edition of the Fallout New Vegas, all the pieces and stuff sealed, still in the wrapping. I can open the briefcase and stuff, and I just like looking at it. And one day I came home and a friend just opened up and started playing poker with. And he goes, "Why would you have this? You're not going to play with it." Like, 'cause it's a collector's edition. You don't play with it. It's there just for looks. And he's like, "Dude, you." And it's like. So, I think after that, I kind of just died off of getting collector's editions for a little bit. But I think it's slowly starting to come back that I really want them. I want to have the statues. I want to put the statues up. I want, when I get into my own place soon, I'm going to have a shelf just for my gaming collectors editions. This for my statues. It's like I want to have my thing where I can show off to people and go, "Yeah, look at it. Oh yeah, that works too. Yeah." So to me, that's going to be very personally, touching. But I did see that Horizon Zero Dawn has a release date, I think, of February 28th, 2017, I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I do believe it. I don't think I'll be making a video tomorrow, but definitely Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday I'm going to make a video because then all the conference will be over. And then I can just go into an in-depth of what I liked from Xbox, what I liked from Ubisoft, and what I liked from Sony. I want Sony to bring their in games. I am, for anything, a a Sony player. Yeah, I love the PlayStation. When my brother heard me that I got an Xbox, he called me a traitor. Just like, no, I'm not a traitor. There's games that look really good on the Xbox that are only for the Xbox, and I really wanted to play them. Like, I didn't want to wait an entire year to get Tomb Raider. So, I saw this great news story that the collector's edition is only like $100. I'm like thinking, So if it's still $100, by the time I move, I will get it. So might not get a lot of views when I do an unboxing, but something like Final Fantasy 15 is definitely going to get a lot of views. I have an overnight shipping on it, just like Star Ocean. I have an overnight shipping, so I'm really anticipated to see how well this one is going to be to the other Star Oceans. So I know Star Ocean 4 it's the beginning of the series. It's going back to the beginning. It's before Star Ocean 1, Star Ocean 2, Star Ocean 3. I heard this one is supposed to be anywhere between 2 and 3. So, we'll see how well that one is. I really want to see how well is it going to do. Is it going to be any good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be this, crap? I heard that it's not a very long. That you get into it probably like, I think I heard 8, maybe 10 hours. Where the other ones were at least do like 30 or 40 hours. So it would be pretty cool to see, of what they put into it. I am going to get Werewolf Final Fantasy, but I am debating if I should get on the PS4 or my Vita. Because if I get on my Vita, I can play it anywhere. And that's the thing I'm debating on right now. Is if I get on the Vita, I can play it here, I can play it there. But I'm wondering if it's going to be on both systems. If I get it for both of them, can I do the crossplay? So I'm wanting to see if they do the crossplay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. EA had a very good one. I can't remember. I think it's I can't remember what conference it's tonight. I think it's I can't remember the studio. I think it was blah blah blah. Beta Software is tonight. So I'll be watching that, and like I said, tomorrow I'm just gonna watch them all. And then Tuesday I'll make a very long video of it. If you guys can just watch the whole entire video, tell me what you guys like, comment, subscribe, tell me what kind of content you guys want, and I'll try to bring it to you guys. Yeah, I think that's it. So, this is Nightwalk saying peace out. Yeah. And if you could do me a favor, go check out my wife's channel, Sony Elliott. She does a bunch of, any people that just want to see, how to paint, crochet. She's going to be doing cooking stuff once we move. She's going to upload, how to cook certain recipes, how to make homemade mac and cheese and stuff, how to make a roast with apples and all kinds of good stuff. So, if you can go check out her videos, that'd be great. Yep, that's all I gotta say, so, peace out.